right, fight fans, joining us now. Friend to the room. It's always a pleasure to talk to Mr. Superman himself, Roy Jones Jr.
What's up, champ?
What's up, brother? How y'all doing?
Great.
Good, man. Always good to see you,
Long time
man.
no see. Always good to see y'all.
Likewise,
Another
man. Thank
fight, April 1st is going down. I mean, let's jump right into it. I mean, look, every time I see you, you always look in shape. You never look sloppy and out of shape. How often do you train? Like even before this fight was presented, are you in the gym like every week?
I'm in the gym all the time, more mentally than physically, because I train fighters.
Right.
So my mental is always working. And with that being said, you're gonna get some rounds in sometimes, every now and then. But it wasn't like I was in the everyday training like I like to train. When the opportunity came along, it was like my friends, they're like, man, we want to see this, want to see that. And I didn't really want to do it, but when I started thinking about it, I said, so many times in life, we listen to what people say we can't do instead of showing people what we can do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I thought about it, and it hit me. And it was like, I had like rhabdo last year. And having rhabdo was really bad. And I wasn't even doing it. I was working out for my own health. And got rhabdo and felt like I was about to die. And I wasn't talking about doing no fight. You feel me?
Wow.
And that rhabdo had me like in a bad way. So I was like,
wait, I don't know what rhabdo is. Can you?
It's the same thing Virgil Ortiz had. That's crazy.
Oh. Yeah, rhabdo is bad. Rhabdo, I mean, it almost killed me like twice. I was like, what the freak? I had never felt like that in my life. So and I was just working out, just getting at home, working out, just call myself on, staying safe, So I felt like, whoa. And I didn't know if my body was gonna come back from it or not. So when I came back, I said, when this opportunity came, I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and get in the gym and start training and see does it happen because of that. Because I wasn't doing boxing, I was doing more like something I never did before, which was weight training. And that's what caused it, but my body don't know that kind of training because I never did that except when I went to Emory. So my body don't know weight training. And I was going hard like I always do and everything else, but I couldn't do it, so I must have overdone it. So I started back the boxing training, and the boxing training was working out pretty good. So I said, you know what, if my body holds up and I don't have no problems, then why not? I mean, what if the rhabdo would have taken me out just trying to fight? I mean, just trying to work out, not trying to fight. So I almost died working out, not trying to fight, not even thinking about boxing. Then I was up to like heavy as I'd ever been. So I was like, if I'm gonna get down and weight, the good thing to do is challenge yourself and see if you have enough discipline to get down and weight. And people tell you can do this, you can do that. They got this shot, they taking how to get down. I'm like, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? So if I get down and weight, if I can make the weight, then I'll do it. So I say, here's a chance to challenge myself twice. See, can you get down and make the weight, which is 200 pounds for me? I told I wasn't going no lower than 200, and see if your body hold up to a training camp. And so far, everything's been pretty good. So, yeah.
Wow. It's crazy that you speak about this because when Virgil Ortiz contracted rhabdomyolysis, people were thinking he was faking because they never heard of it before. So it's kind of good that you're making this public so that people can say, if Roy Jones says he has it, it's a real thing.
Roy Jones almost died from it twice. That's how bad it was. I really thought I was gone. You understand me? 2 times. And it was from, like I said, I wasn't even about to fight. I was just working out for the hell of it, call myself going to build my bicep back up, get back right. I was just calling myself getting fine for the summer. Nah.
Wait, how long ago did you feel any symptoms?
It was Father's Day last year when it happened, and it stayed on me like about 2 months. I kept going to come for like 2.5, maybe 3 months. But after that, I was pretty cool, so I haven't had any more symptoms lately. But that for that little period, man, I was in bad shape. I was in bad shape.
I mean, how long has it been since you felt great? Since you haven't felt that anymore?
No, I haven't felt it like 4 months now, 4 or 5 months, maybe even 6 months.
Okay.
But it happened to me the first time was Father's Day last year, and it stuck around probably about 2 months. You know what I mean? Off and on.
Got you. Okay, well, I see you fight Anthony Pettis, but before that, I saw you doing a face-off with the guy that they call NDO champ. Whatever happened with that fight?
No days
off.
That's more of a what they call it, a metaverse. No, a metaverse fight. That's not like a real actual fight.
Oh, wait a minute. You guys weren't really going to fight. It was like
the metaverse, computer.
A metaverse fight. So
it's a metaverse fight. I mean, we actually fight, but it's not like it's a fight.
It's an avatar. It's like an avatar.
Yeah, it's like avatar. Yeah, we fight, but the avatar is what you see. Really fighting, but we are fighting. Yeah.
Oh my God, I never heard of that. That's crazy.
Well, I love to be the first. So when they brought that, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely with that.
Right. That's cool.
So how's our guy? We just had him on a show where he was praising you, Game Bread, Wholehead Masvidal. Like, how's your first interaction with him and working with him for this event?
Man, it's always been good, Masvidal. He's always been a really good guy. He was telling me how much of a fan he was of mine throughout my whole career, and he just told me what it would mean to him if in his first big show like this, if I would be the headliner. And that really meant more to me than anything. It's like, God has ways of touching us that other people don't understand. When somebody tells me they want me to be the first to do something for real, and it comes from a guy that has that kind of love and respect for you, how can you tell a no? God knew that I couldn't tell a no. So I told him, I said, hey, my body holds up and I don't have no issues there. Why not? So that's so far, we are a week and a half away. I've had no issues, so here you go.
Right. Roy, I mean, you had like one of the best careers ever. I always say if they didn't take that fight with Montel Griffin away from you, then you would have been 49-0 after beating Tarver, But do you ever look back and say, man, I wish I would have stopped after this fight?
I say that, but I don't think I mean that because
which fight would it be?
It would have been after the heavyweight fight.
There you go.
The best time to stop then. Because I knew I was going to probably sacrifice a little bit going back down to like heavyweight because there's so much on my body. So I knew that would probably mess me up for the long run. But you got to go out and make sure. I wanted to go out and make sure I got every inch out of what God gave me that I could. And I did that. So it's like, for me, I ain't going to say I can regret nothing because that's the warrior that I am. I mean, when I was coming up, I was taught that you fight to be the best. You don't fight for the money, you fight to be the best. And that's who I was. So because I was programmed that way, you don't just turn that off. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, it's impossible to turn that off. Yeah. You know what I mean? The only thing that's really turn it off, honestly, is death. Because other than that, I won't be happy no other way. So it's like, I'm not like some of these other guys, some of these new guys. I can't sleep at night in my prime knowing that somebody else is in my weight class that's supposed to be as good as me. I can't rest well like that. I got to go find out.
So what was that camp like when you was going from heavyweight, WBA heavyweight champion in the world to Tarver?
Man, it was very difficult, bro. I had struggled every day trying to run, struggled trying to pull that muscle weight off because it wasn't fat, it was muscle weight. That muscle weight was a monster, you understand me?
You lost that big old bicep that you used to have for that particular fight?
I had to lose everything, you know what I mean? I lost everything. But for me, I'm going to tell you why I'm glad I didn't stop though. For me, that first Tarver fight was the first time people ever had to see me want to fight with my heart. They had never seen that before. Now, until you see a man fight with his heart, you don't know what that man is. You understand me? So you can say all you want to. You say all you want to. But where I'm from, we believe in game bread. If you don't see a man show you at one point his heart, then you ain't got yourself nothing because you don't know what'll happen if he gets in a situation and the ties are down. You understand me? So that fight enabled people who didn't even know me or may have not even liked me to learn that this dude has everything it takes to have been necessary or to be on the top of a pound for pound of all time. This dude got a heart because I won that fight strictly on a heart. Yes, I was better than him. Yes, skillful, but I didn't have the energy. I didn't have
physically,
really
you wasn't there. You were drained.
Physically, I was depleted. I was depleted, and I beat him on heart. You understand me? That's something a lot of people can't say today that they show you a fight where they had to go out and show and win it on their heart. You understand that? For me, that's one of the best fights of my whole career in my mind because that gave people the chance to see a part of Roy Jones Jr. that they never saw before and that they wasn't sure if that even existed.
well, not only that, there's so many things that you did that nobody ever saw before, right? Because Barak and I often talk to fighters, and one thing that always comes up, the first thing they say is, when Roy was in his prime, there was nobody better than him. Nobody can beat him. Nobody's ever been like him, right? So as a trainer, Roy, you teach the sport to young guys, but I often look and see some guys try to do what you do and emulate you, and it was something special that, any person just can't do. You can't teach it. So as a trainer, how do you tell a guy, look, you can't do what I did? It's God-given. you know what I'm saying?
Stop, you Vic.
Stop, Pascal. So how do you do that and say, all right, let's work on this? You know what I'm saying? Some things are just pure, you're born with it, the athleticism.
Yeah. As a trainer, two things I do. The first thing I do is I make a person identify with their DNA. If you can't identify with your DNA, then I can't help you. You got to know who you are, who God put you to be first. That comes before anything we do.
Right.
Once we figure out who God put you to be, now how do we go about being the best person or the best that person that you can be? That's number 2, right? Number 3 is I don't ever tell you can't do anything, because some of the things that I did, nobody told me I could or couldn't. I didn't know, but God said I could, so I did. You understand? So
that's a good point. That's a good point.
I can't tell a person what they can't do, but I do tell them that there are risks that come with everything. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. But sometimes, if you're not a cheater, then you're not gonna be fast enough to get to that. So you might want to leave that alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but when you see afterwards, after the fight, you can say, okay, you just can't do that. All right, stop.
Well, sometimes I tell them beforehand. Most times I tell them beforehand. I keep it real with them.
How did he take that loss? Like, what did you say to Eubank Jr. after losing to Liam Smith? What was the first thing you said to him?
Well, the first thing I said to him was, now we can move forward. Because in training a couple of times, I told Chris, I said, listen, brother, I said, sometimes you don't want to get that headshot up, you got to take that body shot over that headshot. And I'll never forget this, because he told me one day, for me, I think it might be vice versa. I want to take the headshot. Well, I know he never been hurt, never been down before, and I felt like he caught an elbow this time before he really got caught, but it's still the elbow with the head. And you never know what happens when you get hit in your head a certain way. And that's really what I was trying to tell him. Why are you going to give a body shot up as opposed to a headshot? A headshot that tilts your head a certain way, I don't care how good, how tough you are, it can cause damage. Yeah. And you don't know until after it happens. So take the body shot, you don't have to take that risk. But he had never been hurt before, so he didn't understand that. Now he understands. Wow. So now we can proceed, and now you can understand when I say something. I'm not talking out the left side of my anus. I'm telling you something that I know.
Right.
So, right. That's crazy. That's so true. I mean, that's what you're there for. All right. So this particular fight, you said you was talked into it. Now everybody knows. All you gotta do is come to Roy and say, "You're gonna be the first one to do it, Roy."
No. You don't know, cause ain't much left out that I can be the first.
Yeah, I got you. So after this fight, after you beat Pettis, because boxing is different from MMA, obviously you're gonna win. That's it, right? Nobody else could come to you and say, "Hey, there's another fight for you."
No, I'm done. They always trying to get me to get back in the ring with Carl for exhibition. I'm done. I didn't want to do this one. I didn't want to do this one.
No doubt. Would there ever be?
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I don't want. Like I tell you, I didn't want to do this one. If one for Masvidal being who he is, and Pettis being who he is, and they been me meaning so much to both of those guys, and Pettis being a legend of himself at 155 in the MMA, it wouldn't make sense. So because I wanted to fight Anderson Silva for so long, and I wanted to get in there with one of those guys just to see one time how it was. When it came like this, it's like, how could you say no?
That's true.
And I wanted to find out, was I still healthy enough to do this?
Yeah. Right. Now, especially coming off of Rabdo and beating.
Barak, Roy is fighting on April Fool's Day. So after he wins, he's gonna say, Barak, April Fools, I'm gonna do it again.
You're right. I'm gonna do it again. He might do that. All right. So is there anybody in your career that you say, damn, I would like to have had that rematch?
I mean, come on, man. Anybody I lost to, I would love to have fought again 3 or 4 times. I'd still be fighting today. That's just who I was. You know what I mean?
Any one more than others?
No one more than others. I just don't. I don't like to lose. I mean, I was born a winner. I don't like to lose. So anybody I lost, I want that back off the wood. There ain't no one, no different, no other. L is L to me. You beat me, I want you back. And I know some of past my prime and shouldn't be good, but still, L is the L. If you beat me, I want you again. You understand? That's just who I am.
Right.
Roy, I like to ask fighters, some guests this, just to get a drift of how you feel about other fighters, right? This is a scenario. Roy Jones is walking out of a bar late night. There's 10, 15 dudes there. They're about to jump you, but you can only pick 3 fighters to help you get out of that situation. 3 guys. Who you picking?
Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, and Lennox Lewis.
Whoa, 3 giants.
Heavy hitters.
Those are good picks. You can't.
We need knockouts. We ain't trying to play these dudes. Every time we gotta go. I know.
Damn, boy, you sound like you was in this. You sound like you was in this kind of position.
But Roy, I like that answer. But I really wanted to know about active fighters today, because I want to know how you feel about this generation of fighters. What Chance 3 guys Crawford, today?
Cam Crawford, Tank Davis, and David Benavidez.
Oh,
okay.
That's good. That. I like
all 3
those
of those
guys gonna feel good about that one.
That's the one that you know.
Yeah, no doubt. All right,
Now,
so go ahead.
So there are some guys that I train that I know that I would probably pick them three first because I know them like that.
Right.
But boxing wise, because you try boxing is on the scene, that's probably who I go with.
Gotcha. Hey, listen, as a fighter, you've obviously accomplished everything a fighter can. As a trainer, Roy, what would you feel satisfied with doing to the point where you'll say, okay, I reached this goal as a trainer?
Well, I want to get somebody that started very young in their career and go make them become a world champion. If I can raise a world champion that I train, not that somebody else got halfway there, not somebody else trained and got him to no, somebody that I started as a professional and got him to be a world champion, then I did it. Until that happens, I haven't done it.
Are you in the midst of that now? Like, are you trying to find young talent?
Without a question, I have a lot of young talent. It's just a matter of them getting there. And I also have a couple guys that are a little bit older that I started working with late, but I think they have a great chance to get there as well.
You know, Roy, I've seen you do so much. You know, you play other sports. You was in movies. I saw you in The Matrix. I was like, Roy in The Matrix? You know, you had so many other opportunities. Did you know when you was in your prime and you was boxing, did you know that one day I'm gonna be a trainer? That even cross your mind? And if not, when did it start?
Well, it didn't really cross my mind because I didn't know if I'd have the patience to deal with guys for real. Mm-hmm. But it started back when I was boxing because, to be honest with you, and this is no lie, I know it's gonna sound funny, but when I was boxing, I had a few guys that were under me that fought. Derek Snowgainer, Lemian Nelson, Keon Buster, Gabe Brown, Estes. I had quite a few of them, right? Mm-hmm. If I kept that whole team around me the whole time, where I could consistently train them in the gym while I'm training and watch them, I probably never would have lost. Because they kept me on my P's and Q's as to what I was supposed to do and what I was not supposed to do, because I watched them and I was still near behind about doing the right thing. And when I tell them about doing the right thing, it just reminded me of the right thing to do. You understand me? So it's like people don't understand that, and the people probably never would understand that. But when you have guys around you that you treat, that know what you teach, and you teach them to them on a daily basis, it just constantly reminds you of what to do.
Wow.
That's the only reason fighting don't bother me right now, because I'm training guys, but mentally I got things to do. I had a kid, Abdul Khan, Amir Khan's cousin, fighting by Saturday night, right?
Yeah.
In the back, I was teaching him, telling him things, and I taught him 3 things in the back that we probably had never went over before. One of those 3 things is what led to his knockout of the best opponent he's ever fought.
Wow.
One of them 3 things. That's how quick, that's how short my mind gets. And it was so funny, and this is gonna flip y'all out too. This what else bothers me bad. This is why I have a hard time with boxing. When I'm training guys, when I get to the locker room, the night of the fight, a different person comes on. You understand me? I start teaching them stuff that I may have not even thought about the whole time we went through the training camp. I start saying,
so you're last minute with it. Last minute.
No, not last minute. It's a switch flip. When it gets to fight mode, it's a whole new switch come on. It's a whole new variety of things. Things happen different when my mind go to fight mode. You understand me? And it's crazy. And what's bad about this is I gotta try to keep it cool because I love boxing. I know I'm 54 years old, so I can't go out there and be thinking I can go do what I used to when I was a young man.
Yeah. Right.
But 2 days ago, before his fight, my switch came on. I said, shucks. I got scared for myself because my switch kicked in. My switch said, okay, you about to fight this. You understand where I'm coming from? When that switch kick in, I'm a different person. I'm a different animal. You understand me? I was like, wow. I didn't think this could even happen no more.
So it's almost like the trainer's going in there as a fighter too. So that's a good corner to have. Like it's like tag team.
Exactly.
Damn, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, listen, you mentioned Tank, Roy, and I'm assuming that you're favoring Tank in the Ryan Garcia fight, but I want to ask you, if Ryan came up to you right now and said, Roy, what do I have to do to beat Tank? What would your advice be?
I'm not going to tell you that because that's not fair for me to one of them, but I think it's a good even fight, you know, to be honest with you. And I think Ryan actually has a very good chance early in that fight to win. I'm not saying that I think Ryan going to beat Tank because I said that. I'm saying Tank because I know what Tank got up here too, and I know what Tank got in here. You understand me? So I said Tank because I know Tank durable. Pitbull made me figure out who Tank really is. Pitbull made Tank fight. You understand where I'm coming from? And you don't see that with a lot of guys. Most guys, don't get me wrong, that guy that dropped Ryan over there in UK made him get up and fight. So they both have shown they can get up and fight. You know what I'm saying? It was Ryan, Tank ain't been down, but Pitbull was getting him all he want, and this guy put Ryan down, and Ryan got up and still got him out of. So both those guys have what it takes. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that if you said coming out of a bar, it'll be more me and Tank or me and those guys that I mentioned would probably be in the same area. And that's why I chose those guys. That don't mean I said that Tank gonna beat Ryan. That's gonna be a tough fight for both of those guys. Don't get it wrong. So both of those guys have keys to victory. I think for Tank, he got to go out and get past Ryan's early onslaught, take Ryan down the line a little bit, where he can start really landing good punches on Ryan without it being so risky. Then he takes Ryan. I think then he got a better chance because we know that Ryan has been down. But for Ryan got to start early and try to see can he put damage on Tank before the 6th, 7th, 8th round. Because if he can damage Tank early, then it'll be better for him going into the long run of the fight. So that's why I said I won't tell you about one guy. I tell you what I think about both of them because it's not fair for me to tell you what one guy would do when I think both of them are great fighters. I'm so happy for those two guys, and I'm happy for Devin Haney because he's not ducking. He's going to fight Lomachenko. You understand me? I want to see these guys start stepping up and fighting the best fighters. Ryan and Tank are fighting the best available fighters they can fight right now. I love it.
Can you make predictions in those who fights? Roy, can you give us shit?
I ain't making no predictions because I like all four of the fighters too well. You feel me?
I got you. I understand.
In boxing, you got to realize I'm a legend in boxing. It's not good for me to pick guys because I'm trying to inspire everybody. I want guys to fight guys. You know what I mean? I know the kid in Dallas, he don't like me because I said I thought the other kid may have a chance of beating him because I saw Bud Crawford more than I saw Earl Smith. So I know what Bud Crawford is. I don't know exactly what Earl is because I didn't commentate Earl fight like I commentated Terrence fight. So yeah, I know what Terrence is. Now with Earl coming in and being hurt by Ugas, which Ugas caught with a bad shot, but he did hurt him. Well, yeah, I was gonna lean toward Terrence Crawford just because of the fact. But when I pick, these guys get angry at me because they all look up to me. Then when I say something that I pick another guy, it's bad. So I gotta stop picking. You know what I'm saying? I totally understand. I don't really care what nobody really think of me. Really, for real. If I think that's my mind. But at the same time, when you are a guy that went out and laid the foundation, you got to kind of be careful how you move. You understand me? And if you want to talk about it,
like you said, guys, look up to you so much. It means the world to them if what you say about them. So I get that. I respect.
You got to take both. So I got to take both sides of it. You feel where I'm coming from? But I applaud both sides of them for fighting because that's the wrong boxing now. You don't fight the best against the best. Now I applaud Devin for doing the same thing. He said, "Get what y'all think. Who y'all want me to fight? Lomachenko? Okay, I'll take him next year." And that's a big thing for me. So I'm glad to see these guys are stepping to the plate and doing what they ought to be doing in boxing because that's what Roy Jones stood for when he was fighting. Let's be the best.
Amen.
Y'all must have forgot.
Nah, we didn't know.
Never forgot.
I definitely respect you for that. Being the inspiration that you are, that shows a lot of maturity, wisdom, and love. Now, this fight with Anthony Pettis, when you envision it, do you envision stopping him or just outboxing him?
I kind of really want to just outbox him, but if he got that guy out of hand, I got to get him out of there because if I feel like I might not be able to keep up with him, I got to get him out of there. But if I can box him and just have a good time boxing and just be smart enough to outmaneuver him, which I should be able to do. Yeah, although I am 54 years old, if I feel my wind getting better or something, then I got to go turn it up. But if not, I should be cool.
Look, Roy, if we didn't have to go to London for AJ Franklin, we would have definitely been there to watch you on the 1st. So good luck on April 1st, and we'll talk to you soon, champ.
And I know y'all be there in spirit, so it's all good.
No doubt.
Thank you, brother. All right, take care.
Introducing the new DAZN Boxing Show podcast. No matter the time or the place, getting your boxing content has become easier than ever. Tune in as we give you exclusive insights, predictions, fight night recaps, and more alongside the biggest names in the game. All for free. Available globally every Thursday across all audio streaming platforms and with new episodes dropping weekly to give you the latest news. Just type in the DAZN Boxing Show podcast, listen in, and enjoy.